Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Who are these people?
Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
Don't be rude.
Who are these?
Let me tell you something, brother. So, welcome to another episode of Pro Wrestling Talk. Of course, I'm Angel Rivera alongside Witchy Perfect, and Alex Knight was joining us earlier than usual. Welcome, everyone. It's a little bit of a somber episode, as everybody know. Hulk Hogan passed away Thursday morning at the age of 71. Rest in peace, brother.
Rest in power, whatever.
Yeah,
that's what Kevin Nash said. So,
At
least he's reunited with Mean Gene again.
Well, let me tell you something, Mean Gene.
They were together for a long time.
But yeah, it's hard to believe that Kevin Nash is now the only surviving member of the original NW. The original.
No, that's true. It was the Outsiders, and Hogan was the third man.
Yeah. Well, who's the third man? All right, but we're gonna talk about
whose side is he on? I was watching the break. I was watching that clip of Bash of the Beach. Bobby going, whose side is he on?
What? Are you kidding? Of course he's on our side.
Of course he's on their side.
We're not going to even acknowledge the three counts.
Yeah, but we'll get first. We got to go over SummerSlam real quick. Shouldn't take us long because it is 2 nights. But all right, so
let's my Carry Across shirt on. Go Carry Across.
Let's just get through this as quickly as we can, and then we'll get into all our memories of Hogan and all that conversation and clips. We'll get the clips about Hogan in the second hour. But all right, so night one.
No. Second hour, we'll do the usual clips for mine. We might do some clips about Hogan in this hour. So
okay, we'll try to fit it in. We'll see what happens, but hopefully we don't get too sidetracked on SummerSlam. But
you mean in the second hour for the beginning of the second hour?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe some in the first hour, some in the second. It depends how quickly we get through SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I promise I will try to keep it at a minimum. There's a lot of shit going on, though. I mean, even though there's only 5 matches?
They've announced a bunch of matches for both nights, so that's why I'm saying we got to get through it as quickly as we can.
Where is it taking place?
Yeah,
New Jersey.
MetLife Stadium.
That's right. I heard about
MetLife Stadium in New Jersey.
Right down the street from Angel, except that
like an hour from where I live. It's not that bad of a drive. Yeah,
an hour. Ooh.
It's not that bad of a drive, but it's about an hour. All right, so night one takes place next Saturday. By the way, a programming note: we will not be on next weekend at all.
Next week, not at all. No, I got to see night 1 and night 2. I'm guessing Karrion Kross is going to be on night 1.
He's listed for night 1, but the first one listed here is Tiffany Stratton defending against Jade Cargill, the women's title.
I don't like
I think Jade Cargill's going to get this belt because they're building her up.
I think too. I think Tiffy time is up. Tippy time is definitely up.
And then I guess Jade Cargill defended against Naomi.
Naomi is the women's champion.
Oh wait, that's right. She's the champion.
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
other
So I don't
show.
think you'll be defending it. Bianca's probably going to come up and challenge her. The next
probably,
match listed here is Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul tag match.
See, I like Drew McIntyre. I just hate Logan Paul. Fuck that dude. That dude literally came out. He's like, oh yeah, I hate it when people like him, like Jelly Roll, come into this business and fuck it up or screw it up. I'm like, dude, you don't see the irony in your own fucking speech.
He
You
does
literally
have
are a
insane talent,
YouTuber.
well, you have to admit.
Well, I have to admit he has skills at the mic.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Well,
The
no,
rest of it is
I've
shit.
seen his wrestling moves, and they are impressive.
He's an impressive athlete. He's an impressive athlete. He's a good athlete.
He's a good athlete. I'll give him that. He's a good athlete. Wrestler.
So I think Jelly Roll and Randy's gonna win it.
He couldn't hold a candle to Kurt Hennig. But yeah, I go
Because
with
he's
Jelly
the
Roll as well.
celebrity.
I mean, because they kind of want him to win. It's almost like if Chad Brock had not had a career-ending injury. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Chad Brock, who was a country singer back in the 90s, actually was a wrestler back in 96 for WCW. And if he was allowed to wrestle, if he hadn't had a career-ending injury, if he actually could wrestle, I think him and Kurt would have had a great feud. It would have been Chad Brock versus Kurt Hennig.
Yeah.
You're supposed to come out and be like jealous of Chad Brock and stuff. So like Chad Brock was singing his song "Lightning Does the Work," and he came out and he was like, they don't show it. I don't know if it's copyrighted or whatever, but I guess they couldn't get the copyrights because they don't show that on Nitro when Chad Brock actually does his little concert, kind of like what Jelly Roll did. It's kind of like they're bringing that back, only it's with Logan Paul.
Well, I think Jelly Roll and Randy gets it because he's a celebrity, and they're gonna put over the celebrity. All right, the next match listed here is the Judgment Day. Raquel and Roxanne defending their women's tag titles against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss.
I think Roxanne and them retain.
I don't
see
know
them losing the belt.
But, this Judgment Day thing is getting really tiring. It started with
Edge,
it's
been 3 years,
and it started with Edge and Rhea Ripley.
Damian Priest was the other one, the original Judgment Day.
And now it's just random guys. It's like, what are we doing here? Just like the NWO all over again. It's just like
they didn't know when to quit the NWO either.
Yeah.
And then they split it, and that made no fucking sense whatsoever.
The biggest mistake they made was when they betrayed Edge. I mean, that was
Well, but I think Edge went to AEW eventually, right?
That was like
he still had.
It had a year or two before he went to AEW, but I think what happened was him and Vince had disagreements about how the Judgment Day would go. So eventually they decided.
Of course, it was Vince
because Vince was still around then. So Vince was still around then. Him and Vince had disagreements about the Judgment Day and what the story would be. So eventually,
because that was a cool
initially,
lineup, but now it just looked, in my opinion, it's dumb.
Yeah, they're like a Mexican gangster. That's what they look like. With all the the bandanas and stuff like that, like a Mexican gang group. All right. So to me, I'm done with the Judgment Day too. It's been years. They should move. They should move on from that. All right.
Yeah, really. I mean, because Liv Morgan and now it's Roxanne Perez trying to make chicken nuggets for Dom, right? Like she's trying to like wiggle in on Liv Morgan's man.
It'll probably lead to the same story of Rhea Ripley. Eventually, Liv will come back and be a babyface, and they'll feud with the Judgment Day. So the same thing Rhea Ripley did with Liv. So they're going to probably repeat that again because they have nothing else for the Judgment Day, pretty much. All right. The next match is another tag match. We have Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed with Paul Heyman.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Ladies and gentlemen.
My name is Paul Heyman. Yeah, I know. Oh, God. I want to say Roman Reigns because he needs that win back from when Paul screwed him. But I'm really digging Braun Breaker and Bronson
But
Reed.
Roman
take
doesn't
it.
eat the pin. It would probably be Jey Uso. I agree, but Jey Uso gonna eat the pin from either Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed. But Roman Reigns not eating this pin in
Right.
this match because he already ate a pin at WrestleMania, in the main event. So not gonna beat him again.
Yep.
They're gonna beat Jay probably.
Yeah, I mean, because Jay, let's just face it, Jay's not going anywhere. And he sure as heck ain't going to the top. I hate to say that because, they did so well with Jey Uso. They actually elevated Jey Uso to, main event status and made him the champ of Raw. However, I don't see that happening with Jimmy.
No, Jason need this.
I just don't
Jason
see
needs
it.
to fall. I think Braun Breaker they need to win because this feud is going to continue until probably Survivor Series at the end of the year, maybe longer. So, yeah, Braun and Bronson Reed. Braun and Bronson Reed. That's very similar names.
The
Yeah,
bronze
they
plural
win.
is what
They
Jimmy
defeat. They probably pin Jey
Cornette
Uso.
said. Jim
All
Cornette.
right. The next match here, which you want to see personally, and I do too. Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross in the singles match.
Karrion Kross all the way, baby. TikTok.
Well, considering that Karrion Kross won that Smack.
Some Raw, yeah, he
match,
defeated Sammy.
Sam's probably gonna win.
Well, yeah, but he said it wasn't over. So Karrion wants Sami Zayn to say that he told the truth.
That's
which
the
is,
story.
I guess, Sami Zayn is evil or something,
He's a
or
liar.
a liar. He's a
SummerSlam,
liar.
and then Karrion Kross could still win the next match. So
Yeah, no, I agree with that, and I hope you're right. But again, this isn't going to end just because both men have wins now. It's because Karrion said to Scarlett, and this is on my X if anyone wants to check that out. He said, no, this ain't over until I say it's over, and he needs to say that I told the truth.
Yeah, so I think that Karrion should win this match and then eventually force Sammy, because Sammy needs that adversity and needs to get frustrated and eventually say, "You're right, Karrion. I am that bad." Whatever the story, I don't remember exactly what Karrion wants him to say. He's a liar or whatever. But
he wants him to, he wants to say, Karrion told the truth and that I'm a liar.
So that they can't just drop that with having Sammy win and move on. I mean, that wouldn't go well for Karrion, I think. All right. The next match is, I assume, the main event of night one: Gunther versus CM Punk for the world title.
Oh boy. Oh boy. You think they might let Punk? I mean, the only thing I could see is if this whole thing was a work with
right.
Seth Rollins. They were talking about this on Jim Cornette's show, where they haven't heard anything about Seth Rollins having surgery. They haven't heard anything. Like, is his knee really hurt? If that's true, then we should be hearing about some kind of procedure that's going to be done that should be successful, or rehab or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, what if he cashes in and screws Punk? But he's gonna screw Punk
win.
Too.
I think what's gonna go down is Punk getting the belt briefly, and then Seth Rollins coming in and
this is the heist of
2.0, and defeating CM Punk for the title, and then.
I mean, the Seth Rollins thing could be real. Okay, it could be a real injury. I don't think it is. I really just don't think it is. Maybe it is. Maybe because we all thought that, well, I thought this, maybe not everybody, but I thought that he was going to come out during the Gunther Goldberg match, but then I don't know if Goldberg agreed to that. What they did agree to is that Goldberg somehow went 15 fucking minutes and Goldberg looked stiff as shit and looked like he couldn't fucking wrestle.
Said he hurt himself during the match too, which is not surprising to me.
Serves you right, you punk ass. You also hurt
he hurt Charles Robinson when he speared him. So he broke Charles Robinson ribs, apparently, a couple of his ribs. So
there you go.
But no, he's done.
Yeah, he's done. Yeah, that's good. All right.
I agree with you, Angel. I think that Punk is going to win at least for 5 seconds, and then I think Seth Rollins comes back in because I don't think Seth Rollins is really hurt. Because I know I said that to you.
He could interfere during the match and make it.
That could happen too. Yeah.
That could
and
happen
Punk
too.
never
yeah.
gets the belt.
High
Punk never
CBC.
gets the belt. It's possible they do that too. So that's a good
Yeah.
point. All right.
And then it'd be a Punk Rollins
Yeah,
rivalry.
they'll do that feud for the world title, and I assume eventually Punk gets the belt down the line. But unless he never does, and because I assume they're gonna turn Braun Breaker babyface, and especially what Roman said on SmackDown. I know I'm trailing off, but let me just real quick. Roman said he cut. I was on Raw. I'm sorry, not SmackDown. He cut a promo on Braun, basically saying, "Look, you may be the man one day, but your time is not now," or something like that, something to that effect.
Right, and it's kind of like sowing the seeds of a Braun Breaker turn.
Like, we know this WWE is going to be yours one day, but it's not now.
He should have said, "You may be the guy."
You may be the guy, yeah, but Heyman ain't going to stick
No,
by you.
Roman did say that.
When the going gets
him,
tough.
All right.
Yeah, he's going to betray him. So he's like sowing the seeds of, that Roman, where Roman Reigns is right now.
Paul Heyman as your manager.
He's going to betray.
But it's like having Bobby Heenan,
Yeah,
Bobby Heenan was the top heel manager.
He always betrays someone. He always betrays.
Right. That was, but if you were with Bobby Heenan, and you can ask, I mean, obviously you can't ask Rick Rude or Kurt, but I mean, if you had a Ouija board, you could ask them how good Bobby was. I mean, if you were a top heel or you were a good heel, you were with Bobby Heenan. You made it in this business as a heel, and that's why they put you with Bobby. Yeah, that same thing with Paul today. He's playing that role, which is why the Bobby Heenan when they put Braun with Paul Heyman after WrestleMania, it's like, they have big plans for Braun Breaker. I mean, because or else they wouldn't have put him in Paul Heyman. Yeah. So eventually he's going to turn on Heyman, or Heyman's going to turn on him. He's going to be a babyface and eventually become the world champion. Could be as early as WrestleMania next year. I'd love to see that. I love Braun Breaker. I would have a shirt on, but I'm sorry, Braun. Carry across TikTok. Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised as early as next year's WrestleMania. You see Braun Breaker raising the world title up.
And by the way, for the Bloodline, who's that tall guy again?
Lala, Tonga, whatever his name is. The big...
Oh, Tonga.
No, the big one you're talking about. No, Tala, right? Tala Tonga, some shit like that. He's the huge one, the 7-foot one.
Yeah.
There's too many names.
I called him Lala, but it's Tala. I said Lala. It's easier.
Tala Tonga. There you go.
All right. So let's get into night 2. There's only 5 matches announced for night 2, but I'm sure they'll add 1 or 2 more. For now, the first one is a triple threat between for the women's title: Naomi, the champion, Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky.
I hope it's Rhea Ripley. Otherwise, you might as well just send her back to Australia. It's true. I mean, she literally has, since she lost that belt because of Bianca to Io Sky, she's literally just like Bailey.
But she's not going to win. But she's not going to win this belt because they said Naomi's got to face Stephanie Vicora in Paris on my birthday, by the way. 31st, yeah.
31st, yeah.
From August 28th to September 2nd, I'll be at Chicago with my sister and my brother-in-law. So.
No, you're not allowed to go to Chicago. I want you back in one piece, little brother.
We'll be going to a Yankees-White Sox game as well,
nice.
Because that's my brother's.
Hopefully by then.
Oh, by the way, they lost to the Phillies. My dad says.
Yeah, they did lose.
And Aaron went to the IL.
At least it wasn't Tommy John, but he's going to be out. That flexor strain is going to be out for a while. So.
Well, Aaron Boone and others saying it shouldn't be major. It should be at least.
But even then, they're going to DH him. So what? Giancarlo's going to play the outfield? Good luck with that.
That's what
that's not.
Well, I'm guessing he's not a good player.
He hasn't played the outfield in 2 years. He hasn't been out there in 2 years on top of that. So this was disastrous. All right. The next match.
Sorry, I brought it up.
The next match is the women's Intercontinental belt. Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. It's no disqualification, no count out, last chance match for Lyra. If Lynch wins, Valkyria can't challenge the Intercontinental title as long as Becky Lynch is champion. So that stipulation tells me Lyra's going to win this belt because, there's no reason.
Yeah, she's going to win the belt back.
They're not going to beat her again. So
Well, yeah, and she has to get this win back from Becky Lynch. I mean, that's what's fair because she
Becky
humiliated
Lynch
herself
bitch
and made her,
bitch,
raise her
she
hand.
lost, she's gonna bitch. And,
Yep.
Well, I mean, she's Seth Rollins' wife. I mean,
Yeah.
what do you expect?
So-
I'm like, don't you have a husband to go watch over, or maybe that injury isn't real?
So-
the fact that she's still on the road and he supposedly isn't, that kind of I'm like,
Thank you. I got more spam, but whatever. All right, so Lyra's obviously gonna win this belt. Let's keep going here. We got the steel cage match for the U.S. title. Solo Sikoa, the champion, versus Jacob Fatu.
God, there's a lot of specialty matches.
I know there's a lot of gimmicks in this pay-per-view.
well, right, because I mean the Solo Sikoa stuff again is happening where Jacob Fatu came out after was beating up the other guys, the MPMFs or what the hell they call them. It's like the MVPs or something, you know.
I don't remember what they're called. But...
Something, whatever they call them, but it's like that, yeah.
AW mean?
Yeah, I hated them. But it's kind of like that. But then Jacob Fatu also, Jimmy Uso's been coming out and helping Jacob Fatu. So, Fatu needs his win back from Solo. So.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get this belt back too.
Yeah.
Because a steel cage match basically designed it as no interference, but knowing WWE, there's still going to be interference. So,
oh yeah, there's still going to be someone who either comes up through the ring like Paul White did during the St. Valentine's Day Massacre match between him and Stone Cold.
Triple H doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. You understand that?
I just think that they're trying to bring back the good old days of wrestling, which they're trying to redo storylines, especially with Jelly Roll and this whole.
If you want to bring back
Randy Orton
good old
thing.
WWE days, bring back blood. Bring it
they
back.
do it occasionally,
but they do it occasionally, but don't do it all the time. I mean, AEW.
What I was going to say was bring back the PG-13 era. Bring that back.
I'd rather see like early 90s.
They're pushing the envelope with that, but I don't think.
Or at least late 90s.
They have so many sponsors now that I don't think they'll be comfortable with TB14 anymore. So they'll lose a lot of sponsors.
Yeah. That was more a Vince thing. That was more Vince. He wanted to push that envelope, and he did that with the PG-13.
Yeah, they had no choice. You know? WCW kicking his ass, so it was like, fuck it, let's just do whatever to get eyeballs, and I don't think it's gonna happen again.
Well, and then they got Stone Cold, and they elevated Stone Cold, and never looked back after that. WCW didn't have a chance after. They couldn't find their Stone Cold. Their Stone Cold was the NWO, and then they fucked the NWO around and fucked with it. They're like, ugh.
I hate to talk ill of the dead, but that was Hogan. Hogan fucked that up with the Starrcade.
Okay, well,
he's fucked that up with the Starrcade '97 finish, where he wouldn't put over Sting clean. Instead, he did that screwy finish where there was supposed to be a fast count, but there wasn't a fast count. Then
it was a normal count, but I think that was Hogan that was again. Hogan, right?
And of course that
Bischoff said,
but Hogan.
Count.
And of course,
go ahead.
Sorry.
Real quick, Hogan went to. This is what Nick Patrick said. Hogan, a man with yellow or blonde hair came to me and said, "Keep that count real slow." And he's like, "Well, Hogan's basically the boss, so okay, I'll just do what he says." So he buried the whole match.
And then don't forget what happened with Hogan and Jeff Jarrett.
What happened with Hogan
the Bash
and
in
Jeff
the
Jarrett?
Beach 2000?
Yeah, when
I didn't watch that. I wasn't watching that.
When Jeff Jarrett laid down, and then crowd was booing, and Hogan couldn't believe it, and then he told Vince Russo, this is why the company's in the shape that it is, because of bullshit like this. And
but yet Hogan did the finger poke of doom.
To that. Yeah, he
in
agreed to that with Kevin Nash. So, yeah. On top of that was Hogan's fault too, because Hogan wouldn't put over Jeff Jarrett clean. So, and I don't blame him, by the way. Jeff Jarrett's no main eventer, but he was right about that.
That's true. He wasn't in the 90s or the late 90s either.
So Russo wanted to push Jarrett as a main eventer. It's like he wanted to beat Hogan clean, and I don't blame Hogan for that one. It's like, I'm not getting beat by this chump clean, So
also, don't forget Dustin Rhodes' hilarious promo. He's like, "Yo, cut the shitty music in this outfit."
Yeah, when he did Seven, that was when he did Seven. You know, he was alleged he was like stalking children. It was like the weirdest thing. That gimmick.
Why the fuck am I in this character every time?
Yeah, it's a rip off Goldust, basically,
Right.
but a lot more creepier because he was stalking children in those vignettes. That was
Yeah, it's almost like Vince Russo wanted to be a pedophile, you know?
Everybody wants to be a pedophile.
If you're in power. All right.
Apparently.
So let's finish this up. We have a couple more matches. We got sidetracked there. The next match for the men's Intercontinental, not to say men and women because there are multiple Intercontinental belts and U.S. belts now. For the men's Intercontinental title, we have Dominic Mysterio, the champion, defending against AJ Styles.
This is beneath AJ Styles. He's been a world champ, right? Okay. So
I think Dominic wins.
I don't see AJ Styles.
He has no reason to get
belt
this belt unless it's, you know, because he's probably going to put over Dominic because he's close to retirement anyways. He's nearly 50, so
yeah.
I mean, you know, we heard AJ Styles' theme back when he came back.
Yeah,
to TNA,
his original theme from TNA.
Are they going to play that different WWE? Are they going to play that different theme?
I assume they'll go back to that. That was just like nostalgia for the TNA fans that were there, but they'll go back to his WWE theme probably. So yeah,
I mean, I know that was for TNA wrestling or Impact Wrestling, but just that theme was so badass.
Yeah, it was. I liked it too when he was in TNA, but now I think WWE is not.
Was he a heel then?
Babyface, heel. He did both, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I think Dominic wins.
Remember when people thought Dominic was going to turn face, like around WrestleMania?
Yeah, but I think he will eventually because the fans are turning him face. That's the problem.
Dom also went down to Mexico for a AAA event. Now he's challenging for the AAA Mega Championship.
So fans aren't booing him anymore.
No,
they are not. It's kind of like John Cena. Half of them,
and he's
don't
more
wanna
over
boo
in
him.
Mexico. You should see that clip. I mean, the fans went nuts when they saw him beating up the other guy.
Yeah, I think the fans are the ones who are going to turn him, and they've already turned him babyface.
I'm suspecting
much.
Dominic's going to get that Mega Championship at the pay-per-view next month.
Yeah,
that world title in AAA. So I wouldn't be surprised if they put it on him. All right, so.
Be a double champion,
definitely,
then,
and
right?
bring that Mega Championship to Raw. You know, so that'd be huge for AAA because WWE now owns AAA. If you don't know, Alex. So, all right. So the main event has John Cena versus Cody Rhodes in a street fight for the world title for WWE Championship.
I mean, Cody's got to get this belt back.
Yep, I agree too.
And
he's got to get his win back.
I think both men should bleed in that match, considering the history and what John Cena did to Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I could see that happening because Cody and John are old. You know, especially John. He's an old veteran. You know, so hopefully he doesn't call the match he did in WrestleMania. That was awful. That match.
Oh yeah, my God! Just like shut up, Cena. Everyone can hear you
Cody,
talking.
And Cody
shut
up.
But he did that interview where he was like, you know, saying, "Oh well, I'd rather them hear me than miss the spot." No, John, there's such a thing as
there's a way to do it without them missing the spot. So, you know, you look at the old veterans like Bret Hart, or to be fair, Shawn Michaels or Kurt Hennig. You know, they called out spots, but you didn't hear them blatantly. You know.
No, because Kurt would like bury his, you know, if he was calling a spot, this is Kurt. He would bury his head into the guy's head.
Or like when Undertaker told Batista, "You all right? Well, I'm going to give you the tombstone," or whatever.
Yeah, but not out loud. I mean, there was times to call spots, and that's usually when you were in a submission match, and the wrestler could bury their. If you ever watch Kurt's matches, if he buried his head in or like nose and like this in the guy's hair, then he was calling a spot.
So, yeah, I think Cody needs to get this belt back.
There's times and there are times to call spots, and then there's times where you just go, now, right now, punch me.
It's bad.
Like, no, John Cena, stop doing that.
I think it's going to be a brutal match,
dude.
I expect, and Cody's going to get this belt back, and they'll go off the air with Cody's the champion
I think he needs
again.
that win back.
So there's one there's the six-pack table ladders and chairs match, which is not listed for a night, so that's why I didn't really talk about it. So the table ladders and chairs match for the tag titles, we have the Wyatt Six versus the champions versus Andrade, Rey Fenix versus DIY, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa versus Fraxium, Axiom and Nathan Frazier versus the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin versus the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. Holy crap, that was a
Oh
mouthful.
my God. Triple H, why are you trying to be like AEW? Stop this shit. Nobody likes it in AEW. Why are you doing it? Jesus fucking Christ.
It's a gimmick,
So
man.
it got
Nobody
to
wants to
say,
see
and
this
people
shit.
thought I was bad.
Right.
Most of this card-
stop trying to be
Most
like
of this
Tony
card
Khan.
is full of gimmick matches, either no disqualification or cage matches or a table, ladders, and chairs match. So
And because it's a 6-pack, they got to make it the best TLC match they can. It can't.
they have
suck.
to.
Well, I'm gonna be
They have
sleeping
to.
through that.
And these guys are going to be taking ridiculous bumps and hurt
Oh,
themselves.
he hit it with a table.
Yeah.
These guys can take.
Probably my favorite TLC match was the third one from SmackDown, the Fatal 4-Way one, where
See, I never liked TLC matches. I didn't like Matt and
because
Jeff Hardy. I sure as fuck didn't like the
they
Devon
spend
brothers.
time setting up.
No offense,
They spend
kid.
time setting up furniture, whether it be tables or the ladders or chairs.
Yeah, I
you know.
mean, I was never into those matches, even when they were supposed to be popular. I never liked them to begin with. You don't need a table, ladder, and chair match. And literally, the wrestlers get hurt doing these stupid, botched,
They hurt
bullshit
themselves regularly.
angles or spots, and they don't know how to take bumps on that shit. I mean, ask Drew McIntyre. He screwed up his back in the Money in the Bank last year.
So that's SummerSlam. I think who's gonna win the tag titles?
Stop trying to be like Tony Khan.
This is a way for the Wyatts to drop the tag titles without eating a pin because they don't want them eating pins, obviously. So,
wait a minute, the Wyatt Six are the
they
tag
defeated
champs?
the Street. Yeah, they
For
defeated the Street
SmackDown?
Profits a couple of weeks ago for the tag titles.
Oh, thank the goddess I missed it. I don't like the Wyatt Six. I mean, it's too much like that horror bullshit that just belongs in
that's what it
horror,
is.
okay?
female again. I forgot her name.
Nikki Cross.
Nikki Cross. Is she not wrestling?
No, it seems like
No?
she's just a mascot for the Wyatts. Yeah,
A crazy person. She's like Maria Schaefer on the other program.
Whoever wins. So who
She's
wins?
just there.
I'm starting to think Andrade and Rey Fenix can get these tag titles because Street Profits were already tag champions recently. So did Motor City Machine Guns. So were DIY. So
but I think that the Wyatt Six needs to keep them if they want to be legit. Maybe they will.
Yeah,
lose
because
it. I don't know.
Because if they don't do it there and they retain, then when they're going to drop the belts? Because they're not going to eat a pin. Because they're supposed to be invincible, you know. They're like Wyatts, you know. They're not.
Here's one maybe interesting thing. Remember in last year's WrestleMania in that ladder match when Bubba Ray Dudley was the referee for that match? I wonder if they're going to choose a referee for that match.
They could. They haven't announced it yet, but they could. I mean, you have another week of TV left before SummerSlam, so it's possible.
Well, and what's his name? The brother, Devon.
I just said
Ray.
No, Devon. Devon was on X saying how all the haters of Hogan need to just disappear or whatever. Look, I get it. You idolize the guy. Hogan was nice to you. Hogan was not nice to everybody else. Okay? I'm glad that him and Devon got together.
His brother.
Right.
But, I mean, I think there's a lot of fawning.
Maybe Devon will be the referee. You never know.
They might.
Or maybe both the Dudleys will be the referee.
Maybe they could have dueling referees. You never know. It's like AEW.
I just wish
rules.
they kept, that Powerman 5000 theme from 2003 instead of their usual one.
Yeah, but they went to TNA for years, and Bubba Ray's having one more match in TNA.
But you know which thing I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. So they're wrestling. The Dudleys are wrestling the Hardy Boys at Bound for Glory one last time. So. For the tag titles at TNA. So
the Hardy Boys.
Yeah. So they're all in their 50s and they're all for nostalgia trying to work for TNA Bound for Glory. So
remember when TNA
and Devon was on saying he lost a lot of weight.
Was considered a serious threat to WWE.
Yeah, now they're working with WWE now. So they're basically
No,
So
I don't remember
you
that.
didn't know about TNA back then?
Was that before or after?
Steph, you didn't know about TNA from 2005, 2006, 2007? Those.
No, I never watched TNA, and I barely knew that Kurt was in it.
he had a
he was in it like late
he
2002.
had a brief run when they were still doing the weekly pay-per-views at that time. So
and he admitted that, you know, creatively TNA was okay, but it just really fucking sucked because you had literally Kurt versus Jeff Jarrett, and of course Jeff Jarrett, why would he put Kurt over? He would not put Kurt over. So Kurt actually went to XWF and helped Brian Knobbs out for a while.
Because this is right after Kurt got fired from the WWF for the plane ride from hell incident, which it wasn't his fault.
And he was doing some XWF in there, and he was doing some. he did that Australian thing with Dennis Rodman in there. And then
I would love
when he went to TNA, he didn't stay very long.
I would love to talk to somebody, because if Undertaker was on that flight, I don't think any of that would happen. So yeah, I don't think he was on that flight, even though some people said that he was on that flight. I lost my voice there for a second. All right, so I would.
I'm losing my light. Apparently.
All right, so.
Oh, that's why. I'm sorry if my electricity goes out. I am so sorry, but apparently we're having thunderstorms. I did not know that.
Yeah,
until
we're getting.
Boom.
Yeah,
you guys didn't hear that?
It's pretty dark out here too. So if my electric goes out, I apologize, guys. But
I apologize. No, eat bad cookies. Go see the White House counselor, and that's me on Rumble, and it's Wendy. What's the Wendy something or other? Go see the White House counselor. No ECW. ECW sucks. Except for when Rick Rude was in it briefly, but he was only a manager.
Let's get into the news of the last week. I'm losing my voice. Hulk Hogan did pass away at the age of 71. And the last years of his life, it seemed like he was always in pain. I don't know how he still worked. I don't know how, according to Eric Bischoff and Jimmy Hart and everybody around him, he was in so much pain. Terry.
Go back. So,
he was in so much pain at the end of his life. So,
well, and here's the thing: when he came back this last time, he actually got booed in Los Angeles.
At the time, we made fun of it a little bit, but at the time, I also said they should have probably done a pre-tape. Have Hulk out there live was a big mistake, because he just came out of supporting Trump, and this is Los Angeles, so they're a bunch of Democrats. So
and they're a bunch of liberals. Avocado toast eating or whatever the fuck they're trying to say. But anyway, yes. So here's my thing. I saw the tribute that they did to Hulk Hogan. They are correct. Hogan is a big legend in this sport. He kind of made wrestling on the map and made it, mainstream. No one's debating this. However, there are some people, yes, that were very nice to Hogan. That Hogan was nice to, excuse me. Beefcake is one of them. I saw Ted DiBiase's tribute where he was talking about how he put Hogan over in like the 70s, and then when Ted DiBiase needed to go over, Hogan said, "I got you, my friend," and he put him over. So I see where I see everything. Okay, I was at one time, I thought Hogan was pretty cool, and that was only when he joined the NWO. Because I was a big NWO fan, and then when Kurt joined, it made it even sweeter.
That was my favorite look from Hulk Hogan, when he had the mustache and then the beard.
Yeah, he needed
right. What he had the black and
he needed that change, because by '94, we were all sick of the yellow tights and the USA. So by '94, when he went to WCW, when he won the WCW title in his first match from Flair, I was like, oh, and
during that tribute, they missed it. And I think they glossed it over because technically when Hogan showed up in WCW, it was Vince that didn't want that to happen. Yeah. They glossed that over. Triple H glossed that over. Oh, he shows up in WCW is what he said. But they missed the fact that it was Vince that was trying to make that not happen, because Vince brought Hogan back and was like, yeah, you can be the champion. And fuck Bret Hart.
People are joking around that Hogan was the first Money in the Bank winner based off that finish. Because he came in and Fuji like, oh, Yoko challenges you for the title, and like, what? It's like, why would Yoko do that? He just won the belt. Like, that never made any sense. It's like, and Hulk beat him in 1 minute or 2 minutes, and then became the champion again. It's like,
Well, see, and I don't understand the whole when they did that WrestleMania 9 shtick. It wasn't selling because Hogan wasn't there. I don't think
Hogan
that's
said
true.
that. I think Hogan said,
and
the documentary on WrestleMania 9 claimed that, which wasn't true. I think it just wasn't selling because WWF had no momentum at that point. This is WrestleMania 9, so they lost a lot of their audience due to the steroid scandal and the Ring Boy scandal, which we went over like a few months ago. And
Angel, I sent you a link to the alternative NWO theme, the WrestleMania theme. If you want.
I just heard when we did the match between Hogan and Kurt in '99. Don't turn your back on the Wolfpack.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I actually like that. It was kind of catchy.
I don't know if you've heard that theme before, Steph. So you might want to play that theme.
I could play it once we get over to the other channels.
Yeah.
But I mean, Hulk. So Hulk. And then he didn't appear again as a King of the Ring when he dropped the belt back to Yokozuna. I was like, okay, so that's pointless. Like, why did you say?
And then he would go off to Hollywood and do his Thunder in Paradise for a little while, and then show up in WCW anyway. So the exact thing that Vince McMahon wanted to avoid, he literally ended up.
So he fucked.
I mean, Terry ended up.
He fucked Bret Hart because Vince did because he switched the belt to Hogan and Vince.
Because he didn't want him to go to WCW. Why.
And I think Bret said this in the documentary at WrestleMania 9. That Vince was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. We're not switching the belt to Hogan. He's just competing for the tag titles." And he lied to Bret Hart, of course. Last second, he's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm switching the belt to Hogan." So because they don't want to go to WCW, which he ended up doing anyways. Like by the end of '94, it's in WCW anyway. So, oops. But so.
Or Undertaker. Oh dear, the day Undertaker passes.
Oh God, that's going. Because I'm not sure but on his podcast he started talking about how he had heart issues recently, so he had to go to the hospital and stuff. And
I'm guessing that was after the Hogan thing.
Yeah, this was before Hogan died. He went on his podcast and started talking about how he nearly died himself because he had heart issues. I think he put a pacemaker in there. They ended up putting a pacemaker because his heart was, really weak. So
reminds me a lot of what they said they did with Flair. Flair has a defibrillator or whatever. Yeah. So fuck you, Flair. Anyway, and did you see the Hogan and I were best buds? Shut up, Flair. Go suck a dick.
Ric Flair.
Where's my counter?
To cry a lot lately.
Yeah.
I know. It's like he got a vagina instead of a fucking defibrillator. Jesus fucking Flair. Oh, just touch me here. I would play that
clip, but it's TMZ and they copyright strike everything. No matter if you play it just for a minute, they'll copyright strike everything on YouTube. So jeez. Yeah, if you see, I assume everybody's seen this clip. It went kind of viral where Ric Flair was just crying his eyes out for Hogan.
Or as Brock Lesnar would say, "Party's over, Grandpa."
Yeah, he.
And I don't even like Brock Lesnar, but damn, that's
he
funny.
said that to Hogan himself. That was not planned. He just said it with, and Hogan. Again, I'm losing my voice. Hogan wasn't expecting it, so apparently Hogan was upset about it legitimately. So what are you gonna do to Brock Lesnar? Nothing. So especially when you're older. So just shut up about it.
I remember when a funny promo in 2002 with Hulk Hogan. He was talking about how the fans betrayed him and all that stuff. He's like, and then the fans were like, "What?" And he's like, "What you gonna do?"
Oh.
Because they hated that what chant. I mean, and they still do that what chant. They were doing that to Naomi on
20
Raw.
plus years later.
I'm surprised she didn't go, "Shut the fuck up, I hate that stupid chant," or whatever.
They can't stop the fans from saying it. No matter how many times, everybody just buries the what chant. But even Austin buried the
Roman Reigns' response
Even
Roman
Undertaker.
Reigns' response to that was amazing.
I like the Undertakers. If you like your
Sister,
if you
say
sleep
what?
with your sister,
What?
say what
It's
again.
So they're like,
Some guys were
what?
like, what?
He's like, and Taker had this look on his face, like, really? He was like, yeah.
No, but Roman
I had to laugh. I was like, I don't have a sister, Taker.
Roman Reigns' response was hilarious. He's like, if y'all chant once again, I'm gonna smash all of y'all like I would smash Steve Austin.
Yeah,
Just like I'm
that was great too. Yeah, that was a great comeback. But that's when he was a heel.
I mean, Austin was the top-rated superstar who came up with that. And how did he come up with that? It's because he couldn't hear. Like, he had a hard time hearing the other guy in the ring, so he'd always go, what? And that
So
and
they
caught
played
on,
it.
you know?
They made it to his gimmick.
And they do it 20
They
years
made
later.
it to his gimmick because he couldn't legitimately hear. So that's why he started doing what, and it just took off. And no matter how many generations pass in wrestling, they still say what. So
I hate that
Just like when those
fucking
fans kept chanting CM Punk.
yeah, for 10 years after he left WWE. Yeah.
For 10 years after Punk left and went to
So if you could
AEW, they
keep this
still
up for,
chanted
like,
Punk's
say,
name.
2 minutes and 15 seconds, you'd last 1 second longer than Punk.
That was yeah. I was getting sick of it. Then it's like he's not coming back to WWE. I mean, they keep chanting his name. He wasn't.
He did.
Eventually, yeah, I couldn't
But he
believe it.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah, eventually
because he made up
did.
with Triple H. Because him and Triple H had heat for years. You know,
Or when Truth was saying, "Don't want me, okay, want me."
Okay, what me? But Austin himself has said he might come back for a retirement match. So fuck you, Goldberg.
No,
Go suck
come
a
on,
dick.
Austin. No, WrestleMania. What was it?
38 when he when he had the match with
That
Kevin
was
Owens.
a great way for him to go out. Like, come on, he did.
Well, that's just what
Well,
he was
Punk-
saying. That someone had done an interview with Austin. I saw this on X, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, I wouldn't put it past me that I would have one
especially if
more
Punk
match."
is back in WWE. They've always
Oh my God! Stone
they've
Cold
always
and
talked
CM
about
Punk.
having a match against each other. And Austin, already wrestled the match. So
or Karrion Kross, TikTok.
I remember this segment when Stone Cold and CM Punk in 2011 when Stone Cold was like, "You want a beer?" And then Punk was like, "What?" And
What?
Like, Stone Cold was like, "What?
do you want
What? Want a shot of whiskey? What? Vodka? What?
vodka?
Anything?
What?
And then Stone Cold was like, "You're gonna say this what trash to me? What do you want?" And Punk was like, "It's annoying, isn't it?" Steve Austin was like, "You're damn right, it's annoying." So like, Stone Cold
Yeah,
was
they've been burying the what chant for years. Television, the fans still use it. So,
But the fans
Yeah.
still love that what chant. They do it. They did it to Naomi on Raw this past.
and then Mark Henry did it before
So, I mean-
too. He's like, "When Sheamus, what? When Sheamus, what? Y'all are a bunch of puppets."
yep. Well, so
It's like what I say. Nobody beats Mr. Perfect.
What?
Nobody. Exactly.
start going
why?
over to
Oh, those chair shots that Kurt took. Oh my
start
God.
going to.
I have a hard time watching them even today. I can't watch those chair shots. I'm
I
like,
mean,
oh,
last
God,
week,
Kurt,
that we were,
Jesus.
watching the compilation. Like, yeah, it's brutal.
Why do you
So-
do that to yourself?
So yeah, start going over to the other platforms. We'll play a few couple Hogan clips, 2 or 3, and then we'll go to the other stuff. So
If Austin came back for a retirement match,
would-
I would watch it. Thank you, Bad
yeah,
Cookies. I
it would
too.
be against CM Punk most likely because they've talked about having a match for years.
Oh,
At
my fucking
WrestleMania,
God.
yeah, it should be at
I'd love to see that.
WrestleMania. So
I don't know who to cheer for. I love CM Punk. Stop. But I love Stone Cold too. I had an Austin 316 shirt, but I don't remember where it is.
yeah, I got one too. I think
it might have gotten
somewhere over there.
Fuck Chris Jericho. And no,
Yeah.
he didn't. If I remember correctly, Kurt and Chris Jericho had a match on Monday Nitro back in '97, and it was Kurt winning because Jericho fucked up the moonsault because he's a fucking fuck up. I don't like Chris Jericho, as you can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, he could have hurt. You
Yep.
could have hurt him.
So
He could have hurt.
yeah,
Literally
most
hurt
important
Kurt.
thing to talk about is go over to Rumble or to my Twitch or INN's Twitch or wherever you want to watch it. But we're gonna go over and watch a couple Hulk Hogan clips. The most important part of his career is I forgot to charge this, but whatever. And just and then we'll get to some of Alex's clips, and then we'll wrap up. Is that a wrap up?
Yeah, over to Rumble, Bad Cookies, and Driving
Yeah.
Me Macy.
We're gonna
Macy.
because I had to wrap
Ooh,
up before
ooh.
10 because this is a borrowed computer. So, by the way, if you can donate to me so I can get a new computer, the links in the description box below. I greatly appreciate whatever you guys can give me.
Yes, I mean donate today, guys.
So I appreciate whatever you can give me. So, what else? Watch Angel in the afternoon next Friday at 7. We will not be on next weekend because of SummerSlam, but we on the weekend after, whatever date that is. It might be the 12th, but I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I want to watch Karen Cross. TikTok.
Yeah, it's the 12th. What?
Do you know if we're still going to do the baseball episode tomorrow?
Talking about that, something came up, but I'm thinking, I'm not sure you're available on the 31st.
Link, please. Oh,
what?
Hey, do you have the link for Rumble? Vicky is asking. Hi, Vicky.
I mean, I could be able to do 31st.
Yeah, that's the trade deadline. I figure we could do it then, right after the trade deadline at 7:30 or 7.
Yeah, I should be able to join.
Okay, well, we can probably do that then.
What about Karen? I've seen her responding lately, so
yeah, I hope that.
Yes, on Karen.
I have to reach out to her, but looks like my Rumble stuff didn't never went live on Rumble, which happens sometimes. It glitched out, so you get. You guys can watch it on. I have it on my Twitch, so I probably put the Twitch in the description. Yeah, it didn't go live. I glitched out. Well, I'm gonna give you guys my Twitch because I'm still on there and Kick too. So bear with me 1 second. We still got time.
All right, let's talk about something. Anything.
Yep. So yeah, I'm thinking Thursday at 7:30, something like that. I'll check in with David and Karen because it's a trade deadline. So I think it's. I think that's more ideal time. And then, but I don't.
Face won't stop winning. Fuck.
Are they playing the Phillies again?
Yeah.
You heard me, Joe, right?
Yeah.
Not again. The Philly are they in Philly? Or are they in
the Blue Jays? I was talking about the Blue Jays. Here.
Oh, the Blue Jays. I thought you said the Phillies. You say they're playing them again?
No, I said the Blue Jays won't stop winning. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, they're in first place, about to win probably gonna win the division at this point. I have to assume.
But man, what happened to the Tigers? I mean, talking about the Yankees struggling, but look at the Tigers. Jesus.
Yeah, they're.
And Twins are probably worse, and the Pirates.
Well, yeah. Well, the Pirates are in a different league, but the Pirates, the Pirates.
That doesn't mean anything. They still can't win a championship. I mean, the last one that the Twins won was in 1993. The last one for Pittsburgh was like the 70s.
Yeah, so there's the Kick and the Twitch, so you guys can join us there if you want.
Again, 91. How many years ago was that, dear? How old are you, Alex?
I was born that year, so.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And that's when the Twins won.
The Yankees. So yeah, we have a few more minutes. I mean, we'll talk about this more on Thursday, but I don't see a playoff run for the Yankees, especially if Judge is injured and going to be out long term. Because
hey, Vicky, can you pass that through the internet? I'd like some. Thank you.
Yeah, so I don't see a real playoff run here. So they might as well just trade away a couple guys, for more prospects and bring up Spencer Jones. And
if they don't make the playoffs.
Well, weren't you talking about?
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah, but weren't you guys talking about like this really good player that you guys had gotten or whatever?
Ryan McMahon.
Now you're talking about this
season? He's a solid player, but not a really good player.
Yeah, he's just there for defense, pretty much. He strikes out way too much to be relied on.
He made a great play earlier in the game.
Yeah, he's more there for defense at third, but
he's good offensively. It's just
he strikes out way too much, just like the rest of the team.
The low batting average. That's
well, sometimes you got to strike out to
no strike out that much. You can't striking out that often.
You know, Babe Ruth struck out a lot.
No.
Just saying.
No. He's leaning towards the Joey Gallo numbers.
Yeah.
Bye,
Yeah,
Vicky.
Babe didn't strike out that much. He didn't strike out 100 times in his entire career, I think. He might have done it once, but he was like at 80 or 90 strikeouts a year. So he didn't strike out that much for a power guy. So let's see. So that's my opinion. I think they should just call up Spencer Jones and George Lombard Jr. and see what they got.
What I was going to say was, if the Yankees miss the playoffs, or if they have an early round or early exit in the playoffs, I wouldn't be against moving on from Aaron Boone. You know.
Oh, I've been wanting Boone out for years. So, yeah, I'm definitely not against it either. I mean, at this point, it's time for a new voice.
I know you aren't. I know that.
Yeah, it's been time for a new voice in the dugout for years. The Yankees are consistently inconsistent, and the defense has always been horrible under Boone.
Consistently inconsistent, huh?
They made the World Series. Yeah, they made the World Series last year to keep it real because that Juan Soto home run, or else then they could have lost that series to the Guardians.
It wasn't just Juan Soto that helped the Yankees. You know.
Well. Yeah, but he deserves a lot of that credit. I know Stanton also a big part of it, and Judge didn't do much in the playoffs like most years. But yeah, I'm saying, you know, I don't see much in this team.
Are we on Twitch and Rumble
but we
now?
will be. So yeah, just start going over.
Brad Ausmus replacing him.
He's another Aaron Boone, so I wouldn't be surprised because
initially, but, I think he probably is a little more fiery of a guy.
Yeah, initially, if you remember back when they fired Joe Girardi, Brian Cashman wanted Brad Ausmus, but he turned down the job at the time. So that's instead they went with, shockingly at the time, they went with Aaron Boone, who was just on the ESPN broadcast the year before. I'm like, what? He never coached in his life. Like, what are we doing here? Why hire him? I mean, they were interviewing, who was it at the time? I think they interviewed Eric Wedge and some other guys. I don't remember who they are. Yeah, Brian Cashman interviewed Eric Wedge at the time. Like, what? It's like he's been a failure everywhere he went. So, but the issue, Eric Wedge is a lot more fiery. They hired him. Who knows? The Yankees might be better, but I digress. You know, so
and Yankee fans, excuse me, Yankee fans need to accept that Joe Girardi isn't coming back. I mean,
no, he's not coming back.
He's not energy, so.
He's not. He got fired from
did with the Phillies, you know.
He got fired from Philadelphia after a mediocre run, and I think he's going to be the yes broadcaster, and that's it. Like, he's done. You know, I don't see him managing again, especially not the Yankees. So, because Brian Cashman is not going to go down that rabbit hole because him and Girardi had a falling out when he fired him. So he's back on yes because he didn't have to deal with Cashman, but I don't think Joe Girardi want the job anyways. So. Yeah, so we got to go to the second hour. So the Twitch and Kick links in the chat. You guys are interested in joining us. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you check out Angel in the afternoon and at 7 on next Friday. Pro Wrestling Talk will not happen next week. We'll be back on the 12th to review SummerSlam. I don't know if we have time for clips on the 12th because I know a lot of shit's going to happen at SummerSlam. We have a lot to talk to.
Oh my God, too much shit.
So I don't know if we get the clips that Saturday. Maybe we could.
And we're going, me and Angel and Alex, you are definitely welcome. Maybe we'll just do that group chat. We're going to be live tweeting or at least messaging each other.
Yeah. David,
during SummerSlam. Did you see that shit?
I'm going to try to get David into that chat too. We get a group chat going.
You're not talking about the thing on Sundays once in a while, Steph? You're not talking about that? The Kirk Hennig.
No, I'm talking about the group chat for, me and Angel always message I can't even talk. We message each other during the pay-per-views. Okay. I would love to do that with you guys as well, if you're willing to do it during SummerSlam. We do it sometimes during Raw, right, Angel? I'm just like, that was shit.
I was in it, so,
Yeah, I mean,
okay. Well, I mean, it's welcome if you want to do it, but it'd be me and Angel going, did you see that fucking shit?
I would.
What the fuck was that?
There's a ridiculous rumor online that they're gonna do a double turn at SummerSlam and turn Cody heel. Like, but why would they do that though? I mean, Cody's still your top babyface. Hey,
He's
who's your
still
top
over.
babyface? You turn Cody heel. Jey Uso? Is that what they're? I don't think they're going to do that. That's the only babyface I can know. Could take that spot, but because Cena's retiring at the end of the year, so
Like I said, Triple H doesn't know what the fuck
Yeah.
he's doing. You understand that?
if that happens, they'd be like, "Who's your top babyface, Hunter?" If it's not Cody, you're not built. Braun Breaker's not ready for that spot. He won't be ready until a year or 6 months at least. So
Right.
Roman Reigns is part-time
Right.
too, so I don't know who'd be his top babyface.
Yeah.
So hopefully that doesn't happen, or else I'm definitely going to be like,
Unless CM Punk.
maybe. Yeah.
I mean, CM Punk could be that top baby face, but Cody is so over. He's still over as a baby face. No one's
I don't see
booing
him.
him.
It wouldn't make sense.
So what is this with the double turn?
So it's IWC booking. All right, so let's go over to the other show. I got to wrap up before 10, so we got to. All right, so thank you very much for watching. Go over to the other channels. Have a nice weekend. Peace.
And we'll see you on the 12th.
See you on the 12th. Let me go over to the other channel and, log out of that too.
I can't believe my son starts school August 19th. I shit you not. They're going like earlier and earlier and earlier now. I mean, hell, we never went to school till like the last week in
early
August.
September, yeah.
Yeah. Like after Labor